Wednesday?
Yeah. It's Wednesday in our world. It is a little weird coming off the practice field, seeing some NFL games on.
I assume you're watching the Vikings.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me what happens.
Interception.
No.
Is Rome out of the protocol?
No, he's still in the protocol.
How did Jair look? I realize you don't have to do an injury report, but
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch that specific individual, so I can tell you later.
I know there are no guarantees, Matt, but what would it mean to get him back, not just for this matchup, but for the stretch run here?
Well, anytime you get a premier player at their position, I think that definitely gives you a boost.
with Detroit's got a mess of injuries, what does that do for your scouting and preparation? Do you have to expect more blitzing? Do you have to expect them to back up? What do you do?
I mean, I think there's only so many things you can do in terms of what they've shown on tape, so you just better be able to pivot from an offensive perspective if they show you something different. So
you're obviously very used to Za'Darius. What's it going to be like going up against him?
yeah, I think he's a great player, and he's definitely made his presence felt for the Lions. So we're going to have to know where he lines every play.
The numbers have been really good for y'all in terms of your run defense the last couple games. From what you're seeing on tape, just what's been the difference that's kind of been able to stop the run so effectively?
Yeah, I think our guys are just doing a good job of doing their responsibility. I think Half's doing a good job of mixing up the fronts and some of the coverages. But really it's ultimately about, tackling, swarming, getting many hats to the football. And our guys have really embraced that style of play.
Matt, the other night you were talking about how you like the way your team is playing so physically right now. Detroit is known for being a physical team. Does that give you a little confidence going into this matchup that you can match that the way you're playing right now?
Yeah, I think, they are a very physical team. And so it should be a great battle on Thursday Night Football.
Kind of a weird turnaround. How did you think your guys' legs were today in practice? How could you tell?
That's why we kind of took it easy on them a little bit. We did have an individual period, but everything else outside of that was jog through. So we're just trying to, help them recover a little bit just with the amount of volume that they've experienced over the course of a week. It's kind of hard to believe that a year ago this time we're getting ready to kick off. So, a week ago this time we were getting ready to kick off.
With Montgomery and Gibbs, it's pretty much been an even balance with them. How do they complement each other, and how difficult is it to kind of contain them when they have two guys there at that balance?
Yeah, I think personally, I think both those guys are very complete backs. I think they're a little bit different in terms of their style, where Gibbs has got that home run ability and Montgomery's going to beat you up. So I do think they complement each other nicely. I think they're both kind of like what I used to talk about all the time with a 1A, 1B. And I think they're both starting caliber backs in this league that are really explosive and dangerous, both, running the football and out of the backfield.
Matt, I know in 07 and 15 here, we had this Thursday thing where they played on Thanksgiving and then they played again the following Thursday. Did you ever have that happen?
No, it's my first experience with it.
So how did you kind of formulate what you were going to do to help these guys?
Yeah, just kind of relied on our medical personnel, and Flea does a great job. He's a great resource, him and Nate and Aaron Hill, our strength coach, and talk to our coaches and try to formulate the best plan possible.
Kirby Joseph always seems to be around the football when you play this guy. What stands out about him at safety?
Yeah, he's got really good range, elite ball skills. I think he sees it quickly and can get a jump on the quarterback. He's developed into a premier safety in this league. So he's a guy that obviously had a huge play last time we played him. At the end of the half there, to really kind of give them a lot of cushion going into halftime. So he's a guy that you have to be aware of where he's aligning. He does a really good job of giving you different looks. So I think he's obviously a very smart player. You can see it. I don't think he would do some of the things he does if he wasn't. So he's a guy that I think has earned a lot of respect around the league.
Matt, what are your plans for preparing for the noise? This is really your first true indoor game. I think the top was open at SoFi. I'm not sure how loud that place is compared to Detroit. So what does that look like this week? And do you think you're doing a better job with those pre-snap penalties on offense?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like to replicate the noise that you're going to experience. So, we work the silent count in practice. Everybody in the league does that. It's not like our first hostile environment. Chicago was pretty loud, so I get it. I think this is going to be louder. It's going to be a dome stadium, and their fan base is going crazy right now, getting behind the Lions, and so it's going to be a fun environment. I love it for our guys going in there, where it's just the guys in the locker room going out and competing for one another.
Two more, please. Did you bring in officials for your defensive
No, we did
line?
not. We just walked through today.
Are you going to do that tomorrow?
No,
And
I'll be the white cap, or I'll be the side judge tomorrow.
I'm sure this didn't happen to you during your basketball career because you were a good player, but a lot of basketball coaches down the stretch, they'll tighten their rotation. Do you think you need to do that at all with your offense in terms of how many guys you play, or do you still feel like that's a strength that you want to keep having that many guys playing as much as they do?
Yeah, are you talking about the receiver position, or what position?
Primarily receiver, yeah.
Yeah, I think that, I think it's a benefit to us to be able to play multiple people and have the confidence to put any of those guys in the situation to go out there. I love how they compete, and so I do think it helps us.
I know you love rolling on third down, but by having one fewer, and not that you want him to not play like you did on Thursday, but does it make it any easier for you to have a better idea of how much you want to play each guy when you have one?
No, the answer is no. You definitely want all your guys available so that you can, put them in whatever position you think you need to put them in for you to go out there and have success. And so losing a guy like Rome was not beneficial to us.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.